Hello everyone, my name is Ridvan, and thank you all very much for watching and listening to me, for taking something out of it. I really hope that my videos are helpful to you. And so, today we are going to discuss an interesting coin called XRP, in pair with the US dollar. Guys, it is a coin we've heard a lot about recently, and it has a huge army of fans behind it. The Ripple company is making some quite exciting tech, but many people who came to the market this year, they have seen all these videos about XRP from which they get a very positive perspective. We hear its price is going to $50, even to $100. And so a lot of people are talking about it, a lot of media people. And all of this, of course, influences these newcomers who join the market when it's overheated. And this particular asset is very difficult to use. It is not so easy to analyze, but we still have some history of its movement. And based on some previous price action, you can build some kind of a plan to go off of in the future. That we will keep to. Guys, I've known this coin for quite some time. It has a huge fan base, and Ripple Labs make pretty good tech that they constantly develop and try to sell to the masses. We see some partnerships with major organizations that have a certain influence in the financial sphere. And because of that, people have been waiting for this coin to pump for a long time now. But we still haven't got that pump. Because the growth is often accompanied by even deeper dumps. It is important to understand, though, that anybody who comes to this market is looking for big money. And throughout this year, a lot of people have come to the market who don't have the experience of previous cycles. And guys, and even the correction of 2018-2020, when we saw the coin dip pretty heavily, it went down from $3 all the way to 10 cents. It's important to understand this asset is not an easy one to trade. And of course it has its cycles of growth and falling, its correction and flats and so on. Now we can divide these people who have come to the market into newcomers, the so-called gamblers, who just want to come, get the money and leave. They expect a huge pump, but get a complete opposite, a heavy dump. Then we have people who are more or less professional, who also sometimes lose money. And finally, there are professionals who really understand the market well and who really drive it. Guys, this crypto, after a long growth period from March to December of 2020, we had some negative sentiment for it, due to the SEC lawsuit. So Ripple got into some really serious trouble. They were being attacked, and it all resulted in a dump. Then the price bounced back, and I had a certain scenario for this coin. I was predicting it to get to about $2. I was discussing it with my mates, and yeah, here is that prediction. So I was expecting that in the next impulse wave, which is, so to speak, dynamic, I was expecting XRP to be able to reach $2. And here's that target. And then if we pull the fib levels from the previous top to the bottom, we get the golden ratio, 161%. So that was the target that I was considering for that impulse wave. Then a pretty long-lasting flat, where we would have a massive liquidation, and after that, a pre-mortal pump. Of course, I can't claim that Ripple Labs, the company, is bad at some... No. I consider XRP to be a speculative asset that you need to trade. And by any means, it's not a coin to hodl on its highs when the price is high. That's why I consider it to be an asset for trading, which is possible to understand. So I was expecting that it was at 20-30 cent price points that the entry impulse, well, is the first of 3 impulse waves, and then of course we have the climax. That gets us to $2. I have a price target here at $1.99, and from here we have a dump, a pretty long flat, and finally a pre-mortal pump, as I call it. It's not a very competent way to call it, but we should understand that this coin is highly unpredictable. It sure can go a long way, but we shouldn't be fans. We shouldn't feed ourselves any expectations. So if the market has given us an opportunity, we should take it. If an opportunity to buy has presented itself, we should first calculate the risk. What kind of risk we're taking and on what levels. So people who came in at this moment on top, between $1.50 and $2, most of them have been shaken off by the market already. And this bullish level, take a look. To me, it was like a point of no return. Let's get back to the chart. So the price did cross this level, but right now we are seeing some interesting price action. I think that the liquidation, we can say that we did follow my scenario. We reached the price of $1.97 from where we saw a pretty long dump. I expected it to go to about 70 cents, but it fell all the way down to 53, which is not bad, but again also not very good. Now guys, if we look at XRP in general, I'm now going to look at it in general and try to share my vision with you. I still believe in this scenario, so I'm not going to change it, because I really see the things that we've been seeing since the price was at 20-30 cents. So this prediction will also be based on my plan for this asset, which I'm going to use to trade XRP myself. And now guys, there are some risks here that you need to consider, as I have already mentioned. So you need to keep that relationship between your risk and your profit in mind. It is crucial to always calculate the risk, because there's a difference between entering here, when we already have a massive pump going on, and here, when the price has dipped. Even if you look at the downward scenario, which is also possible, you see that the intensity of that dump is practically identical. And what happened was that Ripple moved from one trading range to another, where we can expect some kind of a dump in the future, and then a downward trend. So I'm still going with this scenario that I've just told you about, and I have it as my main plan. Now the price has reached its target, and at the moment we are in some sort of a downward trend. We almost managed to get out of it today. We retested here and are continuing moving up, and I think that another small dip to about 60 cents is possible, 60 to 62 cents. But after that I expect the price to move towards $1.20 to $1.30, where we have a seller's block, and it is the first area where I think we can get seller's reaction. The seller will most likely be active from here, because he will get liquidated. Even if we imagine that the entire market will start going up. So what I'm expecting is an impulse, corrections, an impulse, corrections, end of wave 4. I see the correction as some kind of a triangle formed by A, B, C, and D, and E, and then the end of wave 4 and the beginning of a new impulse, after which the market can finish its descent and start going down.